So welcome guys to another video in the channel. We are back again for another match preview and back again after the international break, because that was it felt like a long international break, and who wants to watch England? So let's get into some actual football, into some Premier League football, and today we'll be talking about Leeds United versus Arsenal. What a fixture this could be, and a fixture this should be for us, because it's quite an important one. Last time out, obviously before the international break, we lost 3-0 at the hands of Aston Villa, a very, very poor defeat, and will go down as probably one of the worst since 5-1 against Bayern, as one famously called it on AFTV. But let's not go into that, shall we? And we need to talk about three things Arteta needs to change going into this game against Leeds United, and that he needs to solve in general at Arsenal. And we did talk about things like finding the creativity. And again, against a team like Leeds United, I don't think that will be much of a problem. And I think that's mainly down to the way they play, because Leeds United are a team that sort of play like, they play very attacking football. So I think Arsenal can hit them on the counter-attack, and then the creativity won't be too much of a problem. So I do think we'll win this game, possibly quite comfortably. But we could concede a lot of goals if Leeds put a lot of pressure on us, which is why I think we'll probably park the bus again and we'll try and hit them on the break, because Leeds are a team that will take it to you, they will take the game to you. But defensively, you know, they have been quite shaky this season, conceding quite a bit of goals actually. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky one. But again, Arteta has to set up his team right, and we have to get the 3 points here. It's a must-win game, this one. I think for now, you know, we have to win some of these games now, especially before the Tottenham game, because that's where the real worries start to creep in. But you know, I'm going to go into the table now, the Premier League table, where we are sitting. And at the moment in the Premier League, we are sitting in 11th, 12 points off 8 games. Looking at Leeds United, however, they're not doing much better than us, only 10 points off 8 games. We're going to look at Arsenal first of all, what their games have been like. We did this in the Premier League predictions for the other games, but we'll do this for obviously Arsenal and Leeds. Arsenal started off their campaign with a 3-0 win over Fulham, followed by a 2-1 win over West Ham, before losing to Liverpool 3-1. And then before the international break in October, we beat Sheffield United 2-1, before losing to Man City and Leicester City 1-0, while beating United 1-0, and then losing to Aston Villa 3-0. And obviously now, before the Tottenham game, we have Wolves and Leeds United. Again, the Tottenham game is going to be a huge one on match day 11, one definitely to look out for. But again, Leeds United, recently they haven't been very good. Obviously they had quite a good start to the season, but their form has dipped away quite a bit. But they did lose 4-3 on the opening day of the season versus Liverpool. Then they actually beat Fulham 4-3. Then they scraped past Sheffield United 1-0, before drawing to Man City 1-1, and then losing to Wolves 1-0, and then beating Aston Villa 3-0, then losing 4-1 to Leicester City, then losing 4-1 to Crystal Palace. So, you know, Leeds United are a team that have been conceding a lot of goals. And again, this comes back to my previous point. It will be easy to pick them apart. I'm not going to jinx it or anything, but I'm really confident going into this game, just for the simple reason that I think we can hit them on the break and we have enough power to do so. We did actually play this team in January. We did play Leeds in January, albeit it was at home. This game is away, of course, and we did beat them 1-0 in the FA Cup when they were still in the Championship. Still a good side though, but now they've improved even more. They've signed better players and look like a better proposition. And again, it was an FA Cup game. We weren't trying as much, but Reece Nelson did score. I think it was like the 66th minute to win us that game against Leeds United. And again, Marcelo Bielsa is a very experienced manager, definitely better than the one we've got, and he'll do his best to try and tactically outdo Arteta, especially in the way we defend. We're doing quite well in that aspect at the moment. And injury-wise, team news, Martinelli looks like he's on the way back soon. Same for Pablo Mari. Martinelli looks like he could be back in the next month or so, as he is entering, you know, more intense training. On the other hand, Thomas Partey, who actually came off at halftime against Aston Villa, according to the AFC Bell, he is back now. He will be back for this Leeds game, and hopefully he can play a part and actually start the game, because without him against Aston Villa in that second half, we completely capitulated, and that is something we do not want. So I will go straight into my predicted lineup for this game, starting off in goal, Bernd Leno. Bernd Leno, I mean, I've got nothing more to say about that. Bernd Leno is our number one goalkeeper, and he will be probably starting in this game. And I want to see Runarsson get a chance, especially in that next game against Molde, but we'll come to that when we get to it. Moving into the 4-3-3 I want to go with. Some may say go with the 3 at the back because obviously, as I said, play the counter-attacking football against this Leeds team. But I want to play a 4 at the back. I want to just see how it goes, switch things up a bit because it clearly didn't work against Aston Villa and they're quite an attacking side. So yeah, let's go into his back 4. First of all, on the right hand side, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. None of this Hector Bellerin. I was waiting for the first opportunity to drop him, and I think this is the perfect time for Arteta to drop him. He's playing for England. He's played more for England than Arsenal probably at this rate, and yeah, we need to start playing him more. Hector Bellerin, not for me, but he'll end up starting against Leeds probably. But this is my 11, and it's a mix of a predicted 11. So yeah, moving into the 2 in centre back. First of all, on the right hand side of that centre back, I'll go with David Luiz. I think his experience in this game will prove good for us, especially when I'm going to put Gabriel next to him, who's going to be his partner. The Brazilian partnership, it should easily work. Holding didn't work. Gabriel literally got exposed, but to be fair, Holding being bad was probably down to Hector Bellerin. So I will go Gabriel and David Luiz. In the left back row, I'll go with Kieran Tierney. Obviously, no question about that. Sead Kolasinac gets nowhere near this first team, let alone the second team. But obviously, he is playing in the second team. So Kieran Tierney will be going at left back. I want to see him get higher up the field a lot. He was very good against Slovakia. That is my hearing. He played very well and apparently played better than Robertson. So that's good as well. And hopefully, he can slot into this game and play very well. Moving into the 3 in midfield. First of all, the 2 sort of holding midfielders. And then I'll go with like a number 10 sort of player. I'll go with Thomas Partey and Mohamed Elneny because I thought even though we didn't play the best against Aston Villa, the first half we stayed in the game and we were defensively still alright, to be honest. You know, we weren't capitulating, and Thomas Partey and Elneny were part of that. Yes, Elneny didn't have the bestest of games, but again, to be fair, in the second half, the reason he was bad was because he didn't have Partey next to him. So I think Partey and Elneny is still working, so I'm going to go with it. Moving into number 10, I'm going to go with Joe Willock. Now, main reason for this is the energy on the counter-attack we'll need. And Joe Willock's someone in our team that can provide us with that. You know, his performances against Dundalk and Molde does prove that he can counter-attack, score lots of goals, assists as well. I know it's against Dundalk and Molde, but again, you know, if you can do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? And no one else in our team is providing that for us, except until, you know, we bring out Martinelli. He could possibly play in that number 10. But for now, I'll go with Joe Willock. So that's my that's my 3 in midfield with Elneny, Partey and Willock. Moving into my front 3 now. First of all, on the right hand side, Nicolas Pepe. Willian was very poor against Aston Villa. Did Pepe even come on? Can't even remember, and I don't really care because I don't want to remember the Aston Villa game. But Nicolas Pepe, we really have to start playing him now. We need to play him on a consistent basis because at the moment it's not working out for him. You know, he says he's frustrated. He says in some interviews as well. So we really need to get some game time because you can't expect him to be consistent when you're not picking him consistently. It's just one of those things. Moving on to the left hand side, I'll go Bukayo Saka. Again, one of those players brings a lot of energy and a lot of direction to the squad. And with Joe Willock and Kieran Tierney, you know, on that side, you know, possibly as well, because Joe Willock will probably shift everywhere. So, you know, on that side, we could have a very strong proposition and we could do very well. And that is one of the reasons I'm going to go for him. Into the centre of the attack, down the middle, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. None of this on the left. It's not working. It's not like it's ever worked. It has worked, but right now it's not working. And you have to put Aubameyang down the middle, not the French Benteke, who someone has called it. So yeah, Aubameyang down the middle, and I think hopefully he can give us one of amazing performances, score some goals, do very well for us, and that is obviously what we want him to do. But yeah, that is my predicted lineup for this game. Leno, and then Ainsley Maitland-Niles, David Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Elneny, Joe Willock, and then our front 3 of Pepe, Aubameyang and Saka. Obviously, you know, Pepe, his left foot is very good, so he will be helping us a lot down that right hand side, and hopefully with Maitland-Niles, they do have a good partnership down that right, so hopefully that will benefit us to the good. And again, we have to find our best 11 now. Arteta, that's one of the things I talked about in that previous video, that, you know, we have to find some consistency in our starting 11. That's why players like Willian, that's why they're saying they're confused, maybe because of his tactics are not consistent enough, why you'll keep changing them. Maybe just stick to one tactic, see how it goes for a while, something different, something fresh, because teams at the moment are sussing out Mikel Arteta, and that is not what you want, because that puts the manager under a lot of pressure that he doesn't need, but he will come under, because this is the Arsenal job, not the Bolton job. But yeah, you know, it's an Arsenal job. You're going to be under pressure no matter what. You know, people will criticize you. I've criticized him, but again, he has to turn around. He has shown that he can do good, and hopefully we do not come unstuck against Leeds United, because there will be a lot more people coming against Arteta. But again, as we all know, Willian's probably going to start. Lacazette's probably going to start. The Fashionista's going to start. All right, back. Granit Xhaka will probably somehow come back into the team. Saying that, Granit Xhaka hasn't really played in the Premier League side, so maybe Arteta is fusing him out, or maybe Oneni's just really good in training. I'm not too sure about that one. But again, you know, Leeds United, they have a very good team as well. I'm just going to have a quick look at their team, a possible team they could go with. Now, I'm going to look at their team against Crystal Palace. They'll probably change it from that since they did lose 4-1 in that game. But they went with Meslier, Eiling, Koch, Copper, Dallas, Strier, Alioski, Costa, Click, Harrison, Bamford. So they do have a very good team. And obviously they have Rodrigo up front as well, who isn't in the side. Is he injured or something? I'm not too sure, but he'll probably be back for this game, as is every best player of any other club. They always back against Arsenal, and they end up scoring Jamie Vardy, one of them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave your predictions about this match in the comment section down below. Personally, I do think it's going to be an Arsenal win, which is probably why I'll give it something like a 3-1 or 2-1 win. But your predictions matter most. Leave them in the comment section down below. Why do you think that? Do you think Mikel Arteta will come under a lot more pressure if he does lose this game? And do you think the counter-attacking ability of Arsenal against Leeds United attacking team will prove dividends? See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.